Well, welcome to 2022. Yes, I know I'm a bit late with my welcome to the new year, but work took over. I was busy with exam marking, and I know you've all missed me and I've missed you. I also know that many of you are probably struggling like me to keep up with or even start your New Year's resolutions. This is why I want to tell you not to beat yourself up. So this live video is called Don't Beat Yourself Up. Sometimes this is also known as self-bullying. Christmas time and New Year can be difficult and is difficult for many, probably more than usual because of the difficult months and years we've had, considering just what we've gone through. It's been, just in case, in fact, I was thinking, just in case you can't remember, I actually started doing regular daily live videos it's almost 2 years ago now. And I then tailed off a bit to do them weekly, and then I sort of did them regularly. So my New Year's resolution was to do regular live videos, just to help keep you and me inspired and motivated. So here I am. Now I'm going to start by telling you a wee story. It could have had me, in fact, it was getting me to beat myself up for a wee while. And then I thought, no, we can't beat ourselves up. And this is the story. In November last year, my good friend and colleague Walter, yes, you've heard me talk about him, he showed me something he'd developed, and I was astounded. It was a pen, but not just a pen, an aromatherapy pen. Now, why might I have been beating myself up, even Walter? Because many years ago, aromatherapy was the focus of my degree at Glasgow University. My thesis being called The Physiological and Behavioural Effects of Aroma Measured by Cognitive Performance. Yes, a long title. It's really the effects of aroma on our cognitive behaviour. I also studied and I became an aromatherapist. I've always been interested, not just in aroma, but using all our senses. And as you know, this is a huge part of Mind Circle's ABC techniques. So back to beating myself up. I wondered, with my love of aroma and the fact that Walter has always been talented with designing and developing various wooden products, and why we hadn't thought of the aroma pen way back all these years. In fact, I said to him, Walter, you know I loved aroma. Why did we not think about this years ago? Then I remembered why neither of us beat ourselves up. Our motto is, the time has to be right. And the time is right now. Another beating myself moment up was to try to have the pens ready for Christmas. Remember, this was November. And of course, I thought, oh, can we get it done? And it was going to be rush. And I thought, no, I wanted people to be able to buy these for Christmas presents, but it wasn't to be. Again, the time was not to rush something so precious and beautiful. So here I am, ready to launch the beautiful aroma pens. I'm showing you one just now. This is one here, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is called Burning Love, and it's ideal for Valentine's Day, or indeed any day for, if you want to give your loved one something special. I'll be doing a separate video on how to infuse the oil, but I can tell you that I have 2 such pens, and back in November I infused one of the pens with essential oil of lavender, that was to calm, and the other one with essential oil of rosemary for memory and concentration. Now, I infused these back in November, and I can still smell the aroma. Another thing about essential oils is that people often use too much, so the pens are ideal. They emit just enough. So I can show you my aroma pen with the lavender. Wait till I get it. There. This one here is the lavender, and oh, it's just gorgeous. And that's been infused since November. And of course my aroma pen which is the wooden one, natural wood. It's with the rosemary. Oh, it's just beautiful. So what more can you want? Well, I hope I've piqued your interest. So watch out for my news on my website, mindcircles.co.uk. Now, I know you're thinking I've gone off topic, but the story and my exciting news was to give you just a flavour of how I stopped beating myself up, not just by using my affirmation, the time has to be right, but also my techniques, that's my ABC techniques, to maintain resilience and have the courage to know when the time is right. So don't beat yourself up. It's great to have goals. Of course we need goals, but often I think we make unrealistic goals. You need to have things in life, of course, you want to achieve, but you don't have to constantly seek perfection in everything and then beat yourself up for everything not being perfect or making mistakes or not achieving your goals when you wanted to. It's okay to critique yourself and learn from mistakes, because this does help you to be more self-aware and find new ways to improve. However, if you constantly beat yourself up, criticise yourself, then instead of helping you reach your goals, it just erodes your confidence and your peace of mind. Take a moment to think about these questions. Do you like it if other people criticise you or judge you? Does it encourage you? Does it boost your self-confidence? Would you like it if someone bullied or harassed you or your friends or your children? The answer is no. So why bully or harass yourself? What you're doing is called self-bullying. Now, you're not alone in doubting your abilities at times. We all do. And we all want to improve, whether that's our attitudes, our skills, our looks even, but constantly thinking of yourself as not good enough or worthless is just very different and has negative effects on your mental, emotional, psychological and overall health, and on your relationships with others. So where does self-bullying come from? It comes from having a lack of compassion and kindness to yourself. It's also because of past conditioning, childhood experiences that left you with emotional scars. When you're young, like all of us, you're more vulnerable and susceptible to negativity and harsh criticism, whether this is from parents, from teachers or peers, and your confidence is shattered and you feel insecure and inadequate. You might want to go back and listen to some or watch some of my YouTube videos where I talk about past conditioning and the labels we have given. When you've been affected by the negative labels and the criticism, you've a need to avoid criticism. You start that you want to avoid criticism from others in the future. So you set standards for yourself and condition yourself to think you need to be perfect and better than others in order to be appreciated and even loved. I'm sure this resonates with many. I know it does for me. Of course, being or wanting to be perfect in its positive form, that's helpful, as it can help you to be more successful. But in its negative form, where you constantly criticise yourself, this stops you from making progress. Negative self-talk, and I've talked about this in my other live videos, so go back and listen to that as well. Negative self-talk and worrying about what others would see just drains your energy and stops you from becoming a better, more positive you. Remember, no one is perfect. Even the best and brightest successful people make mistakes. The difference is that these successful people, and I mean success not in the material sense necessarily, but in the inner success and happiness, they learn from their mistakes. Now, don't panic. Here are some tips to help you become the best you can be. The first one is stop the negative self-talk. Start positive self-talk. Now, to do this, you need to be aware of the negative comments that you're saying to yourself. And of course, start complimenting yourself. And that's where I talk about my ABC. Use my A, use an affirmation, and just say to yourself, I did well. I achieved that. I did my best. Use your journal or your diary and write, or even just on a piece of paper, but write down, say, a few things, 5 things that you did well or made you happy, no matter how small. And I mean that. This could be just getting up in the morning, doing your hair, dressing, and just making yourself feel good. No matter how small, this helps. Better still, add or start to remember that, and it's never too late to do this. Start or add to your achievement board. Remember, I talked about this in my live videos way back 2 years ago. Have your achievement board just ready and in front of you. Use pictures, short words. It's just to boost yourself. Look at it often, especially before you go to bed and when you're waking up. I've got mine in a prominent place to remind myself what I have achieved. Praise yourself. So look what I have achieved. The next tip is be kind to yourself. Now, I know this is difficult. It's usually because of past conditioning. You've been told it's maybe selfish to be kind to yourself and think about yourself. So stop that now. You need to be kind to yourself and, of course, to others. But you come first, and it's not selfish. The third tip is don't compare yourself to others. I know we often find ourselves, so I wish I was so-and-so, I wish, oh, look at what they did. There's always someone that's going to be doing things better than you or excels at things, but they might not be good at what you're good at. If you constantly compare yourself to others, then you're just setting yourself up for a fall. Just accept that you, like everyone else, is not perfect and concentrate on being the best you can be. The fourth tip is learn from your mistakes and see challenges as opportunities. Again, I've talked about this over the last 2 years in my videos. Go back and listen to how even my podcast, I think I talk about turning challenges into opportunities. Remember, life is a constant journey, and just like a long road trip, there'll be times where you might take the wrong turn, and that's okay. That's what happens in life. So embrace the change, embrace that turn you weren't meant to take. Don't be afraid and learn from the mistakes. The last tip today is be patient with yourself. Nothing happens immediately. I know we want it to, but don't beat yourself up. It takes time. And as I've said before, I've had some hard knocks. I've made many mistakes. And I can tell you, if you don't learn from a mistake, another comes along to teach you another lesson. That's just life. It takes effort to change. But remember, only you can change you. And there's Alan. Thank you very much, Alan. I'll give you a wee wave. And lovely to see you there. I hope others are listening as well. And I'll post this up, of course, so you can look at it later. But remember, only you can change you. You can't change anyone else. And of course, I know people they're always looking for someone to change you. But you can't. You've got to do it yourself. Making your way through life is a work in progress. So do something each day to make you feel and be more positive. My recommendation, of course, is to use my ABC regularly so that they become your good habit. And I hope that everyone's enjoying these habits. Really, if you do this, you do feel better and you can change yourself. So stop beating yourself up, learn from the challenges of life and move on using my ABC. Remember, the power of the mind is so powerful. Develop a positive attitude of mind and only you can change you. no one else. So for today, your affirmation might be, and remember the 3 Ps? You can look up, I've got a Mind Bites video on how to do my ABC. Your affirmation could be, I am confident that I can change, or just I can change, or I am confident, I am positive. Doesn't need to be long, can just short positive statements using the I for me. You're talking about yourself. Breathe, of course, regular deep breathing. Practice the effective breathing, remember, from the diaphragm, because that just increases the oxygen into the bloodstream, much really necessary in these times where we want to boost our immune system. And of course, it has this dual purpose. It calms, it relaxes, but it also energizes you. So breathe in. And of course, I think I've tried to do these when I'm out on my walks. So the next C is the creative imagination. Now, I used to end my live videos with a Mind Bites mindfulness meditation, but today I'm asking you to go to my YouTube channel and please subscribe. I'm trying to increase my subscribers. And listen or imagine yourself now doing something new, having that wonderful feel-good factor. And watch and listen to, if you can't get out in nature yourself, watch and listen to one of my walks in nature with my lovely pooches, my lovely doggies. They're not mine, they're my daughters and sons, but it's Darcy and Floyd. And of course, in addition, my other daughter, she's got a red fox lab, Isla. So maybe we'll have 3 dogs soon. But I hope you enjoy them. And when you use my ABC, you gain a positive attitude, you're more self-aware, more self-assured, and more confident. And as always, my 2 trademark tips: smile and laugh. They cost you nothing. And virtual hugs to you all. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.